Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Kicking out at 2 intern Ace Finlay here. And before Michael and Tori hit the ropes and dive into the latest in the world of wrestling, let's tag in one of our show's partners, W Energy. If you're looking to fuel your grind, whether it's late night booking sessions, streaming, or just surviving Monday, W Energy's got your back. No crash, no jitters, just clean focus. Use code KICKINOUT, all one word, at checkout to get 10% off your order. Now let's get back to the show.
Listen up, wrestling fans. Showing love for your favorites doesn't stop at a t-shirt. If you're heading to a live event, you better be ready for the hard cam. Step up your show day drip with Hard Cam Creations, custom handmade accessories built for the loudest, proudest fans in the building. Whether you're backing a legend or leading your own faction, these pieces make sure you stand out when that camera swings your way. From spectator to certified superfan, it's time to walk to the ring in style. New drops coming soon. Find Hard Cam Creations on Etsy and follow at Hard Cam Creations on Instagram today.
Together with Pride Worldwide. This is for the dreamers, rebels and crew, for the fans in the back and the diehards too. Break the chains, let the passion ring. We're calling out hate in the squared off ring. Kicking out at 2, where the love runs deep and the fight stays true. Kicking out at 2, no tribal lines, just respect me and you.
Each days, my loosest lace. Sorry, I was on mute, bringing you the biggest stories, hottest takes, and the wildest moments in wrestling from bell to bell. Welcome to King Out 2. I'm Michael, and with me is the Executive Vice President of I Told You So, Tori. Hey, Tori.
That's fair.
We're going to go a little easy this week.
I know you just rolled the little thing for Hard Cam Creations.
Absolutely. Look at that beauty.
The Divas title. Super excited to get this from her.
That's very cool. What was the other thing? I wanted to wait to ask you.
Oh, they're little flowers.
Okay, just flowers. Okay.
Well, but she did them as a set with the title, so if you wore them together, it would...
Okay. So it's matchy-matchy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Cool. All right, let's run through the chat real quick. Hey, Kai, welcome in. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. Stampede, thank you for being in. Yeah, I've already, I haven't seen it yet, but I have heard some things going on in NXT. Only one thing I thought was kind of cool. I'm waiting to see what happens with it. It sucks that they were hanging all their eggs in the same basket as getting David Finlay for it, but maybe we'll get something out of it.
They're 100% putting... There's not a chance Charlie's not turning on Tavion Heights. There's not a chance.
Oh, that happened tonight.
Did it? He turned on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Regal and Finlay came out, and like they're officially doing that second generation faction that we're talking about doing. That apparently Finlay was going to lead, and then Finlay was like, "I don't want your cheap ass offer. I want to go get."
What do you want?
Trying to see how long it would take.
Did you say "fuck you" once?
Kidding. I waved and everything when you came on. And
Get out.
Anyway, hi Isaiah, welcome in. We're just doing a show. That's what's going on, or at least trying to. The gremlin is interfering with that. Bobby, welcome in as always. Love you being here. Thanks for the like. All right, well, let's go ahead and just slip straight into the news.
We've got your news by Fightful and Fightful Select, bringing you the latest headlines, insider updates, and everything shaking up the wrestling world this week. Take it away.
Well, Stampede, here's the problem with them not getting David Finlay. Now they got to find another second generation wrestler. Who's the next second generation coming to WWE? Zilla Fatu. That's right. He's going to end up running that entire group.
Ooh, a German suplex on the floor is nasty.
What's that?
A German suplex on the floor is nasty.
Heck yeah. Hey, Lady Alpha, welcome in. All right, so the first one, Tom Brady. We talked about him a few weeks back. He was running his mouth, and the WWE wrestlers had a little bit of fun with it, calling it cute and everything. However, according to WrestleVotes, WWE has internally explored branding concepts involving Tom Brady, including a possible merchandise names like T-Bone or the Untouchable Tom Brady. I take it you don't like that idea. The
He's
immediate
gonna
face
try to
bomb.
deflate the ring.
I like that. All right, but context matters. Here, WrestleMania is returning to Las Vegas, and Brady now has strong ties to that city as a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. On top of that, he also has business ties through Fanatics, which produces WWE merchandise currently. So there are multiple reasons for this collaboration. It may not be just because they lit a little fire on social media between each other, but it's just kind of a fun little thing, a happenstance to coincide with the fact that they started a little back and forth. Zilla is fighting Brody King in Vegas, and that is awesome. I can't wait to see that match. But yeah, Logan Paul and Tom Brady have had some back and forth barbs. CM Punk played with a little bit because Tom Brady's words were, "It's cute," and he went, "Wrestling is cute. I'm cute." So, do you want to see Tom Brady in a wrestling ring?
Is that a serious question?
I mean, it's about as serious as his career doing commentating.
That's fair, but no, absolutely not.
There you go. Tom Brady versus The Miz promo standoff. Deflated balls versus tiny balls. I like it. All right.
Stampede, do not encourage this.
As we just talked about, AEW signed David Finlay out from underneath WWE. WWE made a NXT offer, obviously, because they wanted him to be the head of this new legacy type faction. But he didn't want that offer, didn't take it. Decided he's going to go over and hang out with his boys. And the thing that I told you that I was afraid of is exactly what happened. They are being termed the Dogs, not the War Dogs. I am interested to see how many people will complain about that, because a lot of people complained about the OC when the Bullet Club came over because they didn't want to license the name Bullet Club. But I'm interested to see if anybody that had that type of hate for WWE has that same type of energy for AEW for not ponying up the money for War Dogs. But either way,
I get it, but I think they should pony up and do it. But
I will say, so the whole deal with this offer to David Finlay to get over there with Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors, it did happen very quickly. So just to be clear, he was actually batting around which one he was going to go to up until like a week before he showed up. So he was interested in going where he wanted to go. It wasn't just a split decision for him. He did go ahead and take his time to think about it. So it's awesome. I do like where he ended up. Do you think he would have been okay if he would have went to NXT? Nope. Okay.
NXT sounds great. It sounds great for some people. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the Stampede. I think the Dogs is fine. We know who they are. They're going to be a great trios. I don't think David Finlay would have done well because he would not do well as an afterthought, and he would have been an afterthought. Because I hate to break it to everybody, that's Lexus King's group.
Mm-hmm.
That's Brian Pillman Jr.'s group. I really hope they change his name. Change Uriah back to Brogan. Change their names.
Yeah. Because if they're going to play this second legacy thing, then use the legacy name then. It does look like they're going to have Finlay and Regal be a big part of it, because Finlay and Regal did come out to kind of be part of this, so it does look like they're going to have a lot to do with that. Kevin Knight, quietly re-signed. Wasn't a big deal or anything, but he re-signed with AEW.
Did he only have like a 1-year deal? He's been there for a cup of coffee.
Well, so the basic idea here is Sean Ross Sapp reports that Knight was signed to a new multi-year contract deal. This comes after he signed a 1-year deal at the start of 2025. So kind of just testing out the waters, I assume. But he is officially now to a multi-year deal. They're going to have him there for a while. Obviously, he's filling it over there with Speedball and them and Hangman hanging out doing the I forget the PC name they said, but it's Horsecock.
Jet Set Rodeo.
That's right. I like Horsecock better. No one clipped that. Steph DeLander and Mace Warner officially quit TNA. And it's apropos that we're doing this today because they showed up in GCW. So looks like they're going to hang out there for a while. I would assume they're probably going to do similar to the Scarlett and Killer Cross thing. Probably hang out there as a home base, but just like slip around the indies a little bit.
Show up wherever.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, and everything she said in the interview said so much.
Yeah.
Dude couldn't tell her what her injury was, but would tell her they wouldn't clear her.
Yep.
Like, what?
Well, and the thing is that's even weirder because it was sent directly to the WWE surgical and physical therapy group. And so the fact that they knew that there was an injury, they knew there was a problem. For some reason, apparently TNA management did not get that information. And so they had no idea what was going on. It's a whole big clusterfuck of information. DeLander says her goal now is to work internationally. Specifically, she wants to go to Japan, Mexico, and the United Kingdom. So good to have her out there with that. She did mention she also wants to wrestle Megan Bayne, so maybe AEW is something that she's thinking about. Of course, Megan Bayne still also does some of the indie stuff too, because AEW affords them that opportunity to do that. So maybe they can see it there. If not, with DeLander and Warner, do you think AEW looks at them, or do you think that's not even on their radar?
If they do, it's one-off, short-term. I don't think they sign them.
I would agree. To me, it's like Cross and Scarlett. Like they are very.
TNA's head of medical is Dr. Kevorkian.
Steph walks in the ring. Hi, everybody.
You know how funny that would have been?
Absolutely great. Here's the thing, Stampede, you need to trademark that because that should be something that she does while she's on the indies. If she says she's like hurting or something, walk back there and just, hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. Anyway, it's a complicated situation though. Like, it's sad that kind of. I mean, ball was dropped. There's not a better way I can think to say it, but just
I agree.
He's hurt, and we're not having any information on what's going on there. Charlie did kill it. Her and Stat had a damn good match.
Yeah, and then Ospreay. God, I went stupid for a second. Said he'd love to see her in AEW.
Absolutely. And actually, I think Ospreay, even like one of the shows that he manages, I think he's offered her to go over there and do some work with them too. So
who?
So Ospreay runs an organization as well. I think he even offered her to go there and do some stuff. If I saw it right, I could have saw it wrong, but. So our cover story today is this one. WrestleMania could set a women's match world record for WWE because we're talking about maybe doing upwards to, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches that they're thinking about putting on for the women. And ironically enough, now Road Dogg's gone. I don't know. I'm just playing. Road Dogg's awesome. Hey, Christy, welcome in. But yeah, we're talking about maybe 5 to 6 matches. At least 5 have been reported already firmly planned, with the 6th one being a possibility as well. Obviously, we've got the 2 women's world titles. We've got the IC championship that we're talking about doing something with. We got the women's tag team titles that we're talking about doing something with. So all sorts of women's stuff maybe going on WrestleMania, which is good to see. We don't get to see a lot of that where it's just they kind of dominate a part of the card. Even though they've gotten better at doing women's matches more often and longer, it's still usually just 1 or 2, and we kind of forget about the rest of the stuff.
I am so mad about WrestleMania.
Well, and that's actually kind of where I was going to go with this. Is does this help you be
I-
a little more?
I'm here for it. I love that the women have more matches. No.
Okay.
There may be something that comes through that I may be more excited about, but right now,
I do want to
no.
ask you about a specific one because one of the ones that have been said to be all but confirmed. Hey, Jillian, do you want to throw your thing back up there just real quick since Jillian's in the chat now? We did your ad read before the show, like we always do now. And Tori wanted to show off the little piece that you made for her. Very pretty. Love it. Makes me jealous I don't have hair.
I have a beard. We could just.
Oh, could we do beard beads? That would be cool. Very good point, Stampede. Very good point. I did want to ask you about one specific one though, because one of the ones that have been all but confirmed is we're talking about doing the women's tag title match. We're doing the irresistible forces, I think is what they're calling themselves, versus Charlotte and Alexa versus the Bellas. Botch mode.
I love Nikki. No. No. Just no. No.
I like it. I'd have to have someone put them in though. I can't do small little things like that.
Christy will do it. I just volunteered her.
She got voluntold. Yeah, because here's the thing: if they put them in the match, you know they're giving them the titles. Because I mean, as much as I hate to say it, they were the original, quote unquote. We're not talking about the 80s and 70s. We're talking about just in recent years. They were the original women's tag team. It wasn't around at the time. So I get the idea of let's give them the tag titles because that makes all the sense in the world. But we're how close to WrestleMania, and we're just gonna somehow shove them in this match, shoehorn them in somehow. That's crazy. I cannot imagine any way that makes sense.
Stampede, we're gonna get Michael Bolton to change that song he did with Lonely Island.
Captain Michael Island.
I watched it the other day. I listened to that the other day and was cracking up again.
We need more of that. The fact that they haven't put out more music is
It's funny
sad.
every time I hear it.
Well, speaking of things in boxes, no, just playing. Saturday Night's main event, is returning. Another WWE programming update. Saturday Night's main event isn't going anywhere. Russell Votes reports that the next event is planned for May 23rd. Why we're putting that so far out, I don't understand. Every other Saturday Night's main event has been like, hey, next week we have a thing that we're going to do. In case you didn't know. But it's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. The show would happen just 1 week before WWE's Clash event over in Italy. The bigger story is that WWE reportedly has 4 Saturday Night main event specials all through 2026. That means the company clearly sees value in bringing back that classic brand as a special event.
2 weeks after Backlash, they're doing Saturday Night's main event.
Yep. And then just 1 week before a Clash event.
Okay.
So, I mean, apparently they want to keep it around. I kind of wonder what that means because of the Peacock deal that's going away. Like, is that going to stay there? Are we going to keep that on NBC? Are we changing where we're going to do that? Or we're going to put that also over on ESPN that no one will watch it? What we got going there? I don't know. Speaking of old things coming back, Dustin Rhodes has announced that he is nearing his return. This man had both his knees done, like he was Kevin Hart. No laugh. Okay. All right. The veteran AEW star has been out since July 2025. Only since July. As a dude who had one knee reconstructed, this is insane. He had double knee replacement, both knees, and he said he's within 2 to 3 weeks of potentially appearing back on TBS, TNT, or HBO programming again. God dang. That man has found stem cells. He's sacrificing babies. I don't know what we're doing here, but this man coming back that quick from double knee replacement is just nuts.
No, that's crazy. He did a thing today like, who's your favorite current wrestler? And he said his is Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
So,
his favorite women's wrestler is Willow.
Nice.
Because people were asking him women's after that.
So we knew Revolution was going to be pretty solid.
Yeah.
They just added a match yesterday. 2 out of 3 falls. Tekla stat.
That's always going to be good.
But it just gets richer.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was trying to come up with a quick big meaty men thing, and I couldn't. I asked you about this right before we got started today. Thea Hale, spoke out on online hate, kind of sticking with the whole idea of women's wrestling and its revolution and everything. There's another story that's making its waves this week. NXT star Thea Hale posted an emotional video on social media addressing the constant criticism she's been receiving online. Hale reminded fans that she's only 22 years old, pointing out that if she had followed her normal path, she wouldn't even be graduating college yet. So she's already being pushed on TV, pursuing wrestling full time. But she said she's been getting a lot of flack online and through social media, which is very unfortunate because it's things that have nothing really to do with her. Them deciding to put a title on her. It's not their decision. It's not her decision. It's their decision that they're trusting her with that. The botch that happened with Mariah May that gave her that title, not her fault. Not like she didn't do anything wrong. It just was a whoops. It happened. She explained in this video that she spent 5 years working towards this exact moment. And when she achieved one of the biggest milestones of her career, she felt like fans turned it into kind of a joke instead of celebrating it. She made it very clear that the criticism over her performances kind of comes with the job, and she understands that. But the constant negativity toward her as a human being is what really has taken a toll on her.
We were both super excited about her win.
Absolutely.
Yes. Did it look a little hinky? Yeah. But this constant hate on her is crazy.
Well, and even her message itself, like it wasn't even directed toward just her. She was urging people just to take a few seconds to remember that before you post something like that, there's a real person on the other side of the screen. And I know that's hard sometimes for people to make that disconnect because, you wouldn't give that hate to Jack Reacher because it's a character and he's playing that character. But people don't look at it that way. They look at it as in this is a human being as they are right now. Thea Hale is Thea Hale. No, it's not. That's not who she actually is. So, coming down on her as a person because you don't like what her character is doing or what she's doing on TV, it's a job, man. These are the same people that yell at the people that flip the burgers. Man, they're getting paid to flip burgers. Leave that man alone. But with someone as young as Thea, still growing up in the business, that spotlight obviously is going to be a lot to carry.
It
And-
is. I mean, it's a lot, but I don't understand the hate on Thea. I really don't. Like, Thea's entertaining.
Yeah, she
She's
absolutely
fun.
is
She's
entertaining.
good in the ring. The Mariah thing was the Mariah thing. It wasn't like she did it intentionally. Mariah didn't kick out. That's not her fault.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a Montreal Screwjob situation. We weren't holding that person down for any reason. It's just she didn't kick out. Thea did nothing wrong. But hopefully that can change. Hopefully we can eventually get people to understand that this is not real life that's on your television. Calm down. It's a TV show. These are human beings doing a job. They don't need all that personal hate. Boo them in the arena, do all that stuff they're going to do there, but then just leave them alone on their personal life. That's their personal shit. All right. Well, with that, we are going to hear about the heels.
Hey, wrestling fans! If you're a woman who loves professional wrestling, you need to check out AEW Heels, the official female-focused online community from All Elite Wrestling. It's a safe space to connect with other fans, share your passion, and build friendships with women from around the world. Members get access to exclusive content, virtual events, Q&A sessions with AEW talent, ticket pre-sales, contests, giveaways, and even in-person meetups at live shows. Led by Amanda Huber and Aubrey Edwards, AEW Heels gives you a place to truly feel part of the AEW family. Don't miss out! Join AEW Heels today and connect with your fellow wrestling fans like never before.
We've got
I forgot to turn off the news. Hey, Tori.
Hey,
You know what time it is? Women's wrestling has always been about more than just singles championships. Some of the greatest moments in wrestling history has come from women. And here recently in women's teamwork, their chemistry, their strategy, the two competitors moving like one unit, whether they get along, whether they don't get along, big sister, little sister energy like we do with some of them. So for Women's History Month, we're kind of switching gears. We're going to do a whole battle with 10 teams, different eras, different promotions. Like a delayed pop that time. I like that.
I was trying not to. I'm really determined one of these days I'm not going to laugh.
Just going to stonewall it.
I'm not going to react at all. I'm just going to be like, okay.
We're running in a gauntlet style as we always do, trying to find the survivor and ask the important question of
Who's better than Canyon?
who better? All right. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, first one. A rare true WWE women's tag team pairing with strong chemistry and attitude, fire and desire. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Okay.
Versus the Iconics. Comedy timing, character work, and unforgettable personalities.
This is just my opinion, correct?
Yes, just your opinion.
The Iconics.
Okay. Good. I'm glad. Anytime our stuff can get out into the lexicon of people's personal lives, I'm down for that. That's great. All right. The Iconics versus High Speed Pioneers when it comes to women's tag team wrestling, the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Stick with the Iconics.
I like how long that took you to think of that one, though.
I was thinking about it. The Bomb Angels were pretty fantastic back in the day.
They were. All right. The Iconics versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Iconics. Okay, since you mentioned her, can we talk about the fact that Lyra smoked Kairi Sane with that drop kick?
Good Lord. That was a shotgun drop kick I've ever seen.
Oh my God. I rewound that like 4 times.
You can't kick someone who's 25 pounds soaking wet like that. It doesn't work. All right. The Iconics versus the Glamour Girls, who recently got shown some prominence thanks to Leilani Kai being put into the Hall of Fame, but Leilani Kai and Judy Martin.
Iconics.
The Iconics versus the Bella Twins. I'm going to need to say it.
I've got to stick with the Iconics. I love Nikki. I can't stand Brie.
Watch mode. See, this one will be hard for me. The Iconics versus the Beautiful People, Angelina Love and Velvet Sky.
The Beautiful People.
God, they were so good.
Loved them.
Yeah.
Madison Rain in there was fantastic. Like it just the whole pack, the whole thing was fantastic.
Loved that group. The Beautiful People versus the Boss and Hug Connection, Sasha Banks and Bailey.
I gotta take Sasha and Bailey.
Okay.
I was a big fan. I agree, Stampede. I was a big fan of Sasha and Bailey as tag champs.
I was too. I was so sad that failed.
Went the way it did.
It did. Yeah. All right. Boston Hug Connection versus I had to put some AEW love in this. Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida.
Sasha and Bailey.
Sasha and Bailey. Fair enough, Albert. Iconics win everything. All right. Sasha and Bailey versus Lay Cool. Layla and Michelle McCool. Sorry, I gotta say it. Michelle.
I'm sticking with Bailey and Sasha.
Are you sure Michelle has her own podcast? Her Undertaker guest spots every once in a while, but no, Boston Hug Connect, that's good for me. All right, so that's the Gauntlet of Women's Tag Team. 10 teams, decades of history there. Plenty of arguments to be had, so let us know who the winner was for you in the chat, because in wrestling debates, there's really only one question that matters. Who better? All right. We'll hear real quick. Go ahead. Look, you're about to say something?
A spoiler alert. Ren Sinclair beat Thea Hale with what is basically a version of the cattle mutilation.
Okay, so damn good move.
It's not quite. It's almost like a Rings of Saturn, but with like the bridge of the cattle mutilation.
Ooh.
It's interesting. It's
okay.
Here,
Hold on. So it'd probably be more like the Moodalock then.
Possibly.
Because that was more like kind of like a crossface, but instead of the crossface, then you would do the arms.
There you go. I sent it to you.
Okay. That's interesting, especially right after that social media video.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's odd timing for that to happen. Stampede's just going to throw more classic tag teams in there, I assume. Raime and Mina Shirakawa. You're not a big fan of Mina, are you? Like, I think we've had this conversation. You're not a big Mina fan, are you?
I don't dislike Mina. She's okay. I don't get everybody. I don't get all the love for her. She's okay. Putting her with Tony was great because they feed off each other perfectly. Her and Mariah, same thing. The three of them, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
By herself, I'm meh.
I hear you. I don't think, at least from what we've seen, and Stampede can obviously correct me on this because I haven't seen her outside of what she's done in AEW. She doesn't seem like she has the wrestling chops to really stand with those women. But I could be wrong. Her character's fun.
Right.
But if you can't get in there and beat ass, then I don't really care. Before we get to the outro, we've got plenty of time here. Just want to talk about some things that have happened in wrestling. Obviously, Danhausen is a few weeks now into his new home. What do you think of Danhausen currently?
it just, if you're just going to have him do the backstage stuff and be funny, you already had R-Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing this?
Well, now we'll just stick him and R-Truth together.
And now you're going to put him with The Miz. I just, the curse thing is going to be funny because it's going to become a thing, and I'm fine with that. I just don't care.
Yeah, I mean it's already caught on. This last time he did it, you heard the crowd go with it, so it's already starting to catch. They did have a little technical mishap on Raw, and I'm not sure if they meant to do it because it was funny, or if they just didn't get the memo of how long it would take him to get to the back. But halfway of him disappearing in the ring, they turn the lights back on. He's still running up the ramp.
He's gonna have to get that timing down. Like, it's a process.
But is it a timing or is it comedy? Are they doing it just because they're like, hey, look, it's funny?
That's fair. But if you signed him to be funny, he's not going to be happy and he's not going to stay. Like, if he wanted to just be funny, he could have just kept doing that.
Yeah, he could have just kept being the funny guy on the indies. The thing is, I don't think a major company knows what to do with a guy like Danhausen, because he doesn't really fit in modern wrestling. You've got AEW, where they're best wrestle, which is still one of the worst catchphrases I've ever heard. But he doesn't fit that. He can wrestle. Like, don't get me wrong. For anybody who hasn't actually seen him in the ring, he's actually good in the ring. But with this character, it doesn't call for that. It's like, as much as we give Hogan crap for his inability in the ring, it wasn't inability. It was that it didn't call for him to do a bunch of wrestling. But if you see any of his Japan stuff, man could wrestle. He was throwing drop kicks and doing drop toe holds and submission wrestling. He could do it. It's just he didn't have to do that. His character didn't call for that. And so that's the thing with Danhausen. It doesn't call for him to go in there and do a big technical thing.
We don't need him in there giving us 5-star classics.
All right. Don't need that. Well, it's kind of like Darby Allin was just on CVV, and that was one of the things he talked about, because they were asking him about the comparison between him and Spike Dudley, because that's always been a big comparison. He's like, I don't get it because I can wrestle. Which, first of all, ow. Second of all,
damn.
But he's right though. Like, if he can wrestle, I've seen him do it, but nobody wants to see Darby Allin doing a technical classic. Nobody wants to see that. They want to see Darby fall off high things and hurt himself, because that's what we watch Darby Allin for. So yeah, I mean, I think we've got the next boogeyman out of him. I think we got the next R-Truth out of him. Maybe he will be happy with that. And if he is, then cool. He gets to be the comedy gimmick. I haven't validated this, but he actually also said on a recent interview that he's 22 years old. And so if he's only 22, Jesus Christ.
Who?
Danhausen.
He's not 22.
I don't think he is. But then again, the Outrunners have been around since the 60s. So, whatever. Whatever your gimmick is.
Danhausen was born in 90. Funny thing is, it's actually his last name. His last name is actually Danhausen.
Yeah. Bless you. I agree. I think he's fun. I love the curse gimmick. I do. I need him to stop randomly cursing people backstage, though, because now you're just giving a reason for those people to lose. Which was funny when it was just Dom, but then now we've done it to Miz, and now we've done it to Grande Americano, the original. We're just randomly having him make people lose. He is best friends with CM Punk. Him and AJ.
Yeah, and Punk's the one that pushed for him to be there.
Yeah. Or as he calls him,
the curse thing. I I have to admit, part of my problem is I'm very about WWE at the moment. So
I mean,
I
that's a big
just
part of it too. Yeah.
okay.
Albert, are you still in the chat? I want to thank you for like the 13 iconics comments you did over on TikTok. I appreciate that. It's just iconics. That's awesome. You could have dropped a heart me while you're in there, though. I mean, but that he went back in time and cursed him. He Doc Browned him. You're oh no? What? I don't know. Oh, you cursed anyone who missed your show. I watched a little bit of it before we started. Does that count? I didn't have any internet, if that makes you feel any better. Like Cox went out in my area. Cox internet went out in my area. I had to clarify that. $20 is $20. You okay?
All right, I'm gonna just head out.
Just gonna head out. But anyway, anything else cool happen in wrestling for you that you've seen? Anything you want to talk about? Anything on your mind?
No, I need
Anything
to watch part of Collision.
Okay.
I mean, AEW, their shows are just they're normally good. There's not a lot you could say, hey, this wasn't a good show. Were you watching Raw? Like I'm sad I will not be here for Revolution. I will be a couple 100 miles away, 1,000 miles. How far away will I be? I will be.
That did happen, Bobby. Mercedes Moné lost another one of her titles. Had an
Yep.
amazing crash out.
I will
that
be
we're still doing this.
872 miles away.
Nice. Leave me all alone. No one here beside me.
Yes, Alex Windsor won a title. Very proud of her.
Yeah. Indy won one too, didn't she?
Yep.
All sorts of people winning stuff. Just kind of poking around news here to see if there's anything new that popped up. Sting files a trademark for Flash Borden and Blade Runner Sting. Interesting.
I'm betting money that is not for himself.
No. Well, I don't know. It might be. Maybe he's doing a toy deal. Because we've never gotten a Blade Runner toy to my knowledge, and I've never heard of Flash Borden. I didn't know that was a thing. That's amazing.
That was his name before he was Blade Runner Sting.
Was it? Okay.
I believe so.
All right. Oh, another one I did see. Apparently Pat McAfee is saying he doesn't see himself coming back to commentary.
I saw that.
Apparently he feels like he's done there.
I mean, his commentary was entertaining, but he doesn't get to do Shinsuke anymore. Like, his last couple times on commentary weren't great.
Yeah. Well, and
so
he mentioned in the interview that he feels like the sport's kind of passed him by at this point, and I think it has. And that's the problem with him being out like that. Like when you're going to be out for 6+ months because of football,
right?
Yeah, it's going to pass you by.
You miss a lot.
So, it makes perfect sense that it kind of feels that way. Anything else here? Johnny TV shaved his head. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
Yeah. That was interesting. Stampede approves of him not being on commentary. Fair enough.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't see anything else
We have
really
a
sticking out at me at the moment.
NXT triple threat for the women's title. JC, Soul, and Zarya, which is going to be a great match.
Yeah.
Tatum will defend the North American title against Izzy next week inside a cage.
Hmm.
Okay. This is elevating Izzy to main event status.
Yeah. I'd love for her to show up somewhere.
Yeah.
Either show at this point, there's a built-in story. That's the cool thing, is whether if she went to either big company, it'd be big. Actually, kind of speaking of Izzy, to dovetail that to Bailey had talked about that she wants to go hang out in TNA for a little while. She said it was always a dream of her to hang out with the Knockouts because that's what she was watching at the time. She always wanted to go and do that. So
Okay.
I say absolutely. Have her get through whatever this run's going to be that she's doing right now. Because obviously, I mean, she's going for the IC belt next Monday. She's not going to get it, but I have a feeling there's going to be some shenanigans to that to make it a multi-man match at Mania.
Next week, NXT is doing a tag tournament. Winners face Vanity Project for the championships at Stand and Deliver.
What are they doing with tag teams, by the way? Did you see that the number one contenders for the men's tag team championship is now Damian Priest and R-Truth? What the hell are we doing? Tell me you don't care about his character. Nobody's going to care about Damian Priest in that conversation.
No, because they're not winning. Finn getting turned on. Priest replied, "Sucks, don't it?" And JD replied to him, "Give me Priest and give me Priest and Balor together."
Yeah. That turn. So first of all, did you notice the little callback in that turn? So when so Finn showed up on NXT a long time ago to try to back up Undisputed Era at the time, and he did that Pele kick, and so just like mirror image of that of him hitting that Pele kick on Dom. I do find it interesting. So he went to do the shotgun drop kick, and Liv didn't stop him. JD stopped him, but Liv's hanging back there in the corner right behind him, and no reaction from her as far as like trying to stop him. Or I find that kind of interesting. That's a good point, Stampede. They don't seem to care. Did you also see the little bit of a botch from Rusev on Monday night?
No.
That was kind of fun. So Rusev's in the corner, and he's going to do the Machka kick. And so he screams, and in the middle of him screaming, he's trying to tell Oba to catch him. He was like, catch me. Just clear as day on the mic. Great little catch up there. That's up there with like the back chop scream that what was it? AOA or I think it was AOA. Authors of AOP. Authors of Pain when they backdrop that kid and he was like as he got backdrop. Or My Hole. Yeah, that goes up with that. My Hole.
It's up there with Zay screaming.
Yeah, Zay screaming. That was good too. He screamed from it was from Keith Lee, wasn't it? He like chunked him across the ring.
He did it with Joe, and Joe launched him up into the air.
Yeah. Little things
Today
like that.
Today is Mario Day.
Today is Mario Day. That's right. It's March 10th. So everybody eat some mushrooms. Whether it's food or not, up to you. Wait till after the stream, though. I don't know if I can handle that in our chats. I think I don't know about Alistair. So the question in the chat from Stampede is, I wonder if Rusev thinks his return has been phenomenal like Alistair does.
It's a fair question.
So I think we're talking about two different beasts, though. I think Alistair, the way he's been kind of waxing poetically about Brody in his last few little times he's talked on a non WWE mic, I think means that he kind of maybe misses the fact that he was over there a little bit. I think Rusev is very much Punk. I don't think Rusev fit over there. And so I think he's fine where he is. I think he just kind of realizes now that, like, I just want to wrestle. That's all I want to do. I just want to wrestle. They'll put him out there each week. They're not putting a title on him. They're not going to focus a storyline on him. But they'll have him go out there and fight, which is what he apparently wants to do.
I think Rusev was fine when he was with Kip Sabian.
Yeah.
And with the state of their tag ranks right now, they'd have been fine.
Yeah.
You now have more middle titles involved. So I think he would be fine now. Fair question.
Yeah. Poor Zelina. Poor Zelina. That girl can't catch a break. First of all, she's an amazing wrestler, and we won't let her wrestle. And then we kind of gave her just like a Wish.com version of that Scarlet entrance. Poor girl. But, yeah, no.
I think he would be fine. I think they didn't know what to do with him.
Well, and I think that's a lot of it. Like, you've heard the backstage reports of, you know, like he was turning down stuff, and he says he wasn't turning down stuff, but then again, the reports are coming from people that are less than reputable in some cases, and so maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But here's the thing: if he was refusing to do his job, then wouldn't there have been repercussions for that? That's just kind of my thought. So I don't think he was refusing anything. I think they just didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
He did phenomenal work as the Redeemer character. The Redeemer character kind of reached its end. And then what do you do with him now? Now he's just a Bulgarian wrestler. And unfortunately, we're not in the 80s anymore. We can just be like, all right, well, now he's the heel that's going to go for the world title because he's a foreign wrestler. Makes all the sense in the world then. But yeah, that's kind of my thought. I think he's happy where he is. I think he's fine doing what he's doing. Alistair might have some second thoughts at this point because they've tried to start him on a couple of storylines that just hasn't materialized to anything big. I don't know about you, but that's what I think.
I think they brought him back because Triple H wanted him. I don't think Triple H has a clue what to do with him. You have enough dark characters, and I hate to say it, redo the House of Black.
Yeah.
That's fair, Stampede.
Yeah, no, he could have. Absolutely. Like that's the thing is that his statement, I just want to wrestle, like I agree that that's probably it. Like his reason internally in his head, he's like, this is why I left. But I do think the idea of he doesn't fit anywhere. That character doesn't really fit in anything. And so they weren't using him, and he wasn't fighting that. He was looking at AEW Dynamite as like, that's the place I need to be, not thinking about Collision, ROH, heading over to New Japan with that deal, the CMLL with that deal. I don't think he was thinking all of that. He's just thinking, well, they're not putting me on the show. Where WWE, when you come in, I'm sure that they write that out in the contract of like, we can send you here and there and there and there and there and there and there. And so he's just like, great, I get to work. May not have been the smartest decision in the world, but if he's happy, I don't know. Half the time I don't know if he's married or not at this point. So I don't, whether he's happy in wrestling or not, I don't know. Because that man's life is a mess. I hope he's okay. All right. Well, we are going to start closing this out then. So just make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and follow us everywhere at Kicking Out at 2, everywhere except for on Twitter, which is at Kicking Out at 2PC. Make sure to hit our Discord up here at the top left of me. Right of your screen. Stage left. I don't know. I used to be talented like that. Not anymore. But catch over there. That way you can hang out with everybody that's part of Gimmick Table Media. And you can catch pay-per-view watch-alongs. You can catch the second screen options of joystick and drop kicks. This Thursday we'll be doing still more Halo. And then just a little bit of programming news. Corey will be out for the next 3 shows. That includes 2 Bell to Bells and 1 of our joysticks and dropkicks. So I will be looking for people that can fill in, at least for the Bell to Bells. For the other, I've got the new 2K, so I can play around on that myself if I have to, and play around with some of that stuff. But I will be looking for people to hang out on Bell to Bell with me. So if you're interested in that, hit me up in the DMs.
Corey will be on the other side of the country.
Having a blast.
And then on the southern side of the country. So, yeah, it's supposed to snow in Bristol on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. On Saturday, when we get to Galveston, it's going to be 75.
Yeah. Well, it's okay if there's snow. Just make sure there's no ice.
I know that's right.
Just a sec. Quick important message. There we go. Bobby, I thought you were already subscribed. Were you not subscribed, sir? We're going to have a talk.
Stampede's available.
I know Stampede's available. He's always
I
available.
don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing Tuesday. I might jump in the chat.
Never mind. I was going to say something. I'm not going to be that rude. I love my partner. I'm not gonna mess with her.
Like, be careful, because Mary will come in here and yell at you while I'm on it. She doesn't care.
Well, I was just gonna say I don't need someone on here to make me look dumb. I do that all by myself. But just make sure to hang out with us anyway for all this madness. For the last pop today, Thea Hell's message this week is one every wrestling fan needs to hear, that behind every move, every promo, and every viral moment, there is a real person. Wrestling can be intense, passionate, and sometimes messy, but tearing down a person instead of critiquing the performance crosses a line, especially for young talent like Thea. Every post and every comment can carry weight that no one should have to bear alone. Wrestling is for everyone, but respect has to be part of sitting at this buffet. Celebrate the effort, the respect for the grind, and remember there's a human being behind every mask, every piece of gear, and every spotlight. Let's take this last pop as a reminder to use your voice to uplift, not to tear down. In the meantime, and in between time, we will catch you.
See y'all in a few weeks.
Folks.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2. We stand together with pride worldwide.